So I was doing some more RTA today. Usually you don't see me say that with a straight face, right? Usually it's like, I did some effing RTA today, and let me explain to you why it's complete garbage. I was doing it off camera, that's why I'm a little bit less stressed out, right? Because usually if it's on camera, I'm trying to talk and try to play correctly at the same time. And usually we can't do both of those at the same time. It's one or the other. It's talk or play correctly. So it was off camera. I was a little bit less stressed out trying to do different things at the same time. But anyway, I could not help but notice. Actually, I've noticed this for a couple weeks now. Actually, maybe more than that. That HAEGANG has been a big part of the RTA meta at high level. So I thought, let's go take a look at how people are using him in the highest level of RTA. Because all jokes aside, like, I know we weren't really using HAEGANG too much before. He got changed so many times. But he's really been a big part of the RTA meta. Lately, there's been a lot of, even the rank 1 player using HAEGANG. Not everyone's using HAEGANG, but there's been a lot of high-level HAEGANG use. But anyway, let's take a look at HAEGANG, because I do want to build him up for myself. I have Devilmons for him. Rakan wants those Devilmons, but HAEGANG wants those Devilmons too, guys. I don't know. But I think if I'm going to be bringing him, well, if I'm going to be bringing him into RTA, he for sure better be Devilmon, right? So, skill 1, Mark of the Brush Tip. This is just decreased attack gauge. There's nothing exciting. Skill 2, attacks all enemies, remove beneficial effects granted on them. Glancing hit. This is just a weaker version of Xiongpung. Not really anything too exciting, to be honest. For skill 1 is just whatever. Skill 2, not really anything. It's a strip, but it's not a strip into something crazy, right? It's just a strip into glancing hit. And then we have the Art of Blank Space passive. This is why he's getting used. When enemies remove harmful effects, the attack bar of all allies will be increased by 25%. When enemies remove beneficial effects on harmful effects on their team, the attack bar of all allies increased. So turn cycling. Turn cycling is a really big thing, right? When enemies remove beneficial effects of allies, the harmful effects on the ally with the removed beneficial effects will be removed, and the attack bar will be increased by 15%. So this is a direct counter to something like a Gianna, where she removes the immunity, right, on your team. Harmful effects on the ally with removed beneficial effects will be removed. So she removes the immunity and stuns. His passive, cleanses that stun and gives the team attack gauge, right? So that's one of the reasons, not necessarily specifically for Gianna, but anything that strips and does harmful effects in that strip. And there are some units that are doing that lately, right? So we see a lot of that, right? Control cleave kind of teams. So that's really the reason. And then remove harmful effects, attack bar increased. So both of those are very beneficial, and that's why he's been part of the meta. So let's take a look at where he's actually getting used. Let's take a look at what he's getting picked into and how people are actually playing with him. First pick, Fire Art Masters, has been a very popular first pick this season into Ciara and HAEGANG. So Fire Art Master is going to strip and a glancing hit. Then the HAEGANG is going to come in, cut in, cleanse, and increase attack bar. Watch this. Right, so he's got the Blossom Painting, increased attack bar for the whole team, comes in and gets so he is on very fast Despair, comes in, gets the CC on there, and also a glancing hit on the enemy team. So Rika's got Rika's gonna die. Never mind, Rika's not gonna die. So Rika has the glancing hit. She really didn't land anything. Right? So GG there. Perfect example of where he's actually used Fire Art Master, very meta unit, used directly to counter that and Gianna's. And I've noticed also less Gianna's being picked this season. Like, you can't just instantly pick Gianna and be like, oh, it's an easy win. It's like, not quite anymore. Next HAEGANG match against the Water Striker, first pick into Ciara HAEGANG. Then he picks the Gianna and Han, right? Bans the Gianna because he can afford to bring out the okays, and he bans the Water Striker, right? So he's just picking HAEGANG just pretty aggressively, actually. Pretty aggressively, right? So he goes in for the strip, and then he gets some CC. But he's picking it pretty aggressively, and he's picking it with a Gianna because if he's first picking it, he can afford to pick Gianna because Gianna's on his team, right? So it's a counter to Gianna, but and then the Tianlang is actually pretty nice here against HAEGANG. I would assume that if you have, I mean, at this level of the game, a lot of people have. I hate to say it, maybe not a lot of people have Tianlangs, but Tianlang is a great counter to anything that does attack gauge increase. So Tianlang is also a counter. Why are we talking about Tianlang now? I'm just saying Tianlang's a counter to the Han, to the HAEGANG, and the Ciara all at the same time. So opponent first picks Fire Art Master, and then he also picks a Bearing. So Bearing and the HAEGANG Bearing's going to strip and then silence, but HAEGANG's going to come in. Watch this. Well, he does one of those. Okay, then he does the Blossom Painting. HAEGANG increases attack gauge. Look at this. Gets the Gianna on. Gets the Gianna bomb into a stun. And that's kind of feel... Well, I don't know. I kind of feel like it's game, but it's really not necessarily game yet. There's still the rest of the match to be played. I'm being a little bit... calling it a little bit early. So, yeah, it's going to be kind of rough for him to come back from this, especially with Gianna turn cycling, doing all those bombs. Didn't even get Bearing's skill too. That's crazy. But yeah, GG. But he's actually picking the counter with one of the units that he counters, right? He's picking the HAEGANG and the Gianna in itself, but HAEGANG also counters, like I said, the Fire Art Master, and also the Bearing with the strip into a silence. Next match, first pick Fire Art Master, then he goes for the Ciara HAEGANG, and then follows it up with the Gianna though, and then he's got the Bastet last pick. Okay, so the enemy's gonna outspeed. He's gonna do probably Water Ryu. Oh, never mind. That guy's on Swift too. So he's got resistance from everyone. Resistance from everyone. So he did still get increased attack gauge. He does cut in, and then he's gonna AoE CC this entire enemy team here. Oh, he doesn't get the Vanessa, right? But he does still get this, and then he doesn't get a glancing on there either, even though it's a fire unit. So there we go. Gets the bomb on. He had 2 bombs, and now it's easy win, right? Easy win territory. So how much damage is that doing? Doesn't look like it's doing too much damage. I'm trying to like figure out what build specifically he's got on this thing. But I mean, yeah, you're seeing where specifically he's picking him into the enemy, coming in and stripping and doing some kind of debuffs, and that's where he's and also some situations where the enemy has cleansers, right? So both of those situations are great for HAEGANG. Next match, different player. I'm pretty sure that this is Fate Memory. This is Fate. That's got to be Fate Memory's cat, right? And he's also Canadian. So I think that this is actually Fate Memory. So he's using HAEGANG here. Look, increase attack gauge as a counter mechanic, right? He's kind of a unit that cuts in from the enemy team, kind of in the same way that Vertiheel cuts in, that Water Ryu, if you have him and you don't get turn 1, like for example, if the enemy tries to Chiwu you, and then the Water Ryu can cut in. Like I said, Vertiheel, Diana, a unit kind of in that same regard. Ragdoll, right? So this is a cut-in unit. This is if you are potentially not going to get turn 1, and you need to cut in, increase your attack gauge to counter what the enemy's doing. He comes in, he cuts in, he AoE strips into Despair proc, hopefully, and some glancing hits, and then see what else the rest of your team can do. But actually, I'm pretty positive that this is Faint Memory, and maybe we'll see some more matches of like what other interesting, because he'll pick some, Faint Memory picks some interesting units, right? He's not afraid to pick some of the things you don't see every day, like for example, like the Wind Mermaid or whatever. Next match, and a totally different player again, so brings in the Water Striker, followed by 2 fire units. 2 fire units, the Fire Art Master and the Fire Okeanos, and then brings in the HAEGANG, bans one of the speed leads, not both of the speed leads, okay, gets the first turn with the Barbara, so HAEGANG's not really gonna cut in, he's just going to be a stripper. He's gonna be a stripper and a CC unit, right? Stripper, some glancing hits, and some potentially Despair proc, and he did Despair proc. And now the Diana, not the Diana, the Fire Diana, Helena's gonna do Helena things. I'm glad that this is almost a Helena spotlight at this point. She's going to do her AoE decrease attack gauge, more damage. Actually, I thought she was going to do more damage than that, right? Goes for... I was really hoping for another turn. I know I'm toxic. I know I'm a toxic douche, but I was hoping for another turn there. Okay, Mark of the Brush Tip against the Lucia. Goes for Steel. Means I don't want to deal with any more of that unicorn stuff. No more of the unicorn stuff. Gets a Despair proc. Okay, and that's the opponent is pretty pissed off at that Helena though. But it's nice to see a place where we can actually see Helena, a situation where Helena's actually a pretty nice pick in a strip into defense breaks and turn cycling. Same two people as last time, they matched up again. So goes for the Water Striker into a Ganymede, and then goes for, say they both have speed leads. I wonder if they don't ban the speed leads. They ban the Ganymede, and they ban the Yen Hong from each team, respectively. No Helena now, though, right? And we knew she was going to be on Swift super fast. So, he's going to get some glancing hits. Doesn't get it on Diana, though. Gets the shield on Diana. Then goes for some more, hopefully, CCs. Increased the attack gauge, though, and resisted. Got a lucky resist, right? And got some dots and got some... I think that Despair proc. Was that on Despair? I think that may have Despair proc. So, we really didn't see too much from the HAEGANG there, to be honest. We saw a little tiny bit of his passive come into play, but really it was more of the fact that it was, he just he happened to outspeed, and then do some AoE control. We've come full circle. It's one HAEGANG user versus another HAEGANG user. Picks out the Ciara, Gianna, and HAEGANG at the same time. It was Gianna, HAEGANG at the same time. And then they go for a Dark Chun-Li. So they know how to play against HAEGANG. They went for skill 1. Skill 1. Then they got the AoE strip with the Dark Chun-Li skill 2. And then all of that gets cleansed, right? So what we're finding, I'm kind of curious that they picked that team. Because I felt like they should have known how to play against HAEGANG a little bit better, I think. But yeah, the HAEGANG came in clutch. The Dark Chun-Li basically got nullified from the HAEGANG's cleanse and increased attack gauge. So there you go. Next match, completely different player again. So he's going with the Ciara, Gani, Oki combination, and then he's got he's got a few single target strips, and then he's got the AoE strip with the HAEGANG. He bans out the immunity. So, let's see how this plays out. Capture turn 1. So, he's got the comeback mechanic of the HAEGANG, right? But he gets turn 1 anyway. And then he goes for counter, but Vertiheel didn't really get... So, it's a water strip. Another thing is it's a water strip. Actually, now that I think about it, that's kind of nice. Water strip, so Vertiheel doesn't sometimes counter against water units. And then gives Vertiheel glancing hit, too. Which means Vertiheel's probably not going to... That's not bad. Extra chance for Vertiheel to not do Vertiheel things. I kind of like him more now, to be honest. You know what? I kind of like him even more now. I hate Vertiheels so much. Listen, I hate losing to Vertiheels so much. If you want to see some super whale action, we may as well see the current rank 1 player how to play using HAEGANG. He bans out the Okeanos, bans out the Dark Pioneer on the enemy side, gets turn 1, strips, increases the attack gauge of the HAEGANG, strips into a glancing, actually gets all the glancings there too. Serious matter, but only gets 2 of the units. By the way, they really like this light Onimusha as well. This has been a very popular thing, another very popular one, the light Onimusha in high-level RTA. So, because he cannot get crit on, right? So he's just really, really, really annoying. Really annoying bruiser unit. Doesn't crit, so he's not going to trigger the Ragdoll passive, doesn't trigger Artemail passive, and then cannot get crit on himself. So he's also good against cleave DPS units, right? So ignores defense, but doesn't kill him because can't crit, right? So there we go. GG. Pretty nasty. And he's using 4-star. He was using 3 LD5s. 2 of them got banned out. But the HAEGANG put in some work, coming in and getting the strip into a glancing hit, and then did some pretty good damage with the the light cocky as well. All right, guys, there we go. HAEGANG, the Water Art Master, pretty relevant unit in this season of RTA. You want to make him fast, give him Despair Will, and give him good accuracy to at least cut in, because that's kind of the point of what he's there for. He's not to pick every single match unit, but he is there to cut in and potentially strip, Despair Stun, and get glancing hits on the enemies to stop them from doing their whatever kind of debuffs they want to do or damage, right? So anyway, that's it for this one. Now I'm going to go rune him up and go Devilmon him up, and then Rakan's going to sit in the corner and cry. But anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you as always in the next one.